or not to be? That is the question.
My lord!
Get thee to a nunnery!
Those were the days, my friend, with River East Collegiate. Mondays, October 27th, November 3rd and 10th at 5 p.m. on Channel 13.
The herring gull is the commonest gull over most of eastern Canada. It can be identified by its black wingtips and pink legs. It nests on the ground or on cliffs like these. An adult herring gull may have a wingspread of over 4.5 feet. Although it preys on the eggs and young of other water birds, it's a very useful scavenger in our seaports, and it's often seen in great numbers in plowed fields well inland, where it feeds on cutworms and other insect pests. For a more complete story of the herring gull, why not contact...
Tom, they play 10 minutes. There is no sudden death. They just play a 10-minute quarter, so to speak, and whoever ends up on top at the end of that is going to be the winner of this high school football championship. There's a lot of pressure now down on the field. St. Paul's Crusaders have the chance to get rid of the choke label they've been tagged with for the last 2 or 3 years, and the St. John's Tigers, of course, are definitely want to win this one.
Okay, there's the kickoff taken by number 21. That being 31, the ball carrier. This is his first carry in this particular game, Roman Kostick, and that was his first return and his first carry in the ball game, stopped by Meyer. So it's 1st and 10, St. John's. The ball is being marked on the 45-yard line.
That was interesting. You had Russ Meyer, the place kicker of the St. Paul's Crusaders, kicking off to Roman Kostick, the place kicker of the St. John's Tigers, who returned the ball and was tackled by Russ Meyer, the place kicker for the St. Paul's Crusaders.
So the ball is on the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, the St. John's Tigers. Shelley Ostrov, Don Marks, Tom Stewart in overtime of the final in high school football. That ball carrier was Cornell. He was stopped up very quickly by the St. Paul's Crusaders, Joe Florentino. So it'll make it 2nd down and 9 yards to go. St. John's moving very quickly in the ball game here at the later stages of the 4th quarter to put this game into overtime, as quarterback Krantolovich went into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, bringing us into overtime. And that's one sport that you don't have too much time, is overtime is in football. Krantolovich straight back to pass, tucks it in, looks for some running room around the left side, and he goes down. The turf, I guess, is just getting a little slippery here, Don.
Well, they blew that play dead as soon as Darcy Krakolovich's knee hit the ground, because in high school football, it doesn't matter whether you're tackled or not. As soon as your knees hit the ground, the play is to be whistled dead. And if he wouldn't have slipped there, though, he did a good job avoiding the rush of Mark Neiman there. He might have made some yardage, but he slipped, and it is getting a little slippery out there.
So it's 3rd down, 20 yards to go. The St. John's Tigers will be punting rather. There's the snap. And there's the punt. Nice hang time taken by Yock. He takes it on the 39, turns it right up the middle, goes to about the 40. They're giving him to about the 55-yard line. Apparently he fumbled, and the St. John's Tigers do have the ball. And the referee indicates just that. So St. John's have the first break in overtime, Don.
Well, they're a very big break for the St. John's Tigers. Tim Pruden. Here you watch, it's a kick taken by John Yock. This is the 5th fumble of the ball game for John Yock. And there you see Tim Pruden's in on the ball. He comes up with it.
So 1st and 10, the St. John's Tigers. And the ball is marked on the 53-yard line, 54-yard line rather. Krantolovich takes the ball, goes around the left side, still going, and he should have a 1st down as he was run into touch by Meyer of the St. Paul's Crusaders. And we have an injured ball player, Tom.
It's exactly the same play that they used to score the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. It's working quite well for him, coming out to the left side with the option to pitch back to his running back if he has to. What he does, he reads the defensive end on that play. If the defensive end comes in on him, he will pitch the ball out. If not, he will tuck it away and run with the football.
know, Tom, I wanted to ask you one question, and we were discussing it prior to coming back in the overtime. We talked about continuous plays by the quarterback, the way the quarterback of St. John's went into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and the quarterback of the St. Paul's Crusaders who didn't, when they had that opportunity to score a touchdown in the first
when they got stopped at the first half, the quarterback for St. Paul's, Lynch, did not dive into the end zone as Krakalovich did to score the two-point conversion. He sort of, instead of leading his head into the play and putting his head down and going into the end zone, he sort of tried to lead with the bottom part of his body, and of course his knees hit first in that first half, and the ball is dead there. And Krakalovich did an excellent job on both the touchdown and the two-point conversion by diving into the goal line area head first and putting the ball in for the touchdown and the two-point conversion.
Well, there we see the injured ball player Russ Meyer just being helped off the field right now. Just got some statistics for you that shows how the game has been going. The fact being that St. John's gotten a lot of breaks because St. Paul's has a total of 382 yards total offense to 202 for St. John's, but there was all those fumbles that has helped St. John's cause.
There's a handoff to the big fullback, number 33, who does a super job for the St. John's Tigers. We're talking about number 33, Nowak, who has really been being able to move that ball very well for the St. John's Tigers lately in the ball game.
Well, we're going to see it here on the replay. Frank Nowak, yeah, he is a big fullback, and he just knocks heads out there. He's not that fast, but he certainly, when they've gone to him, he's been able to pick up substantial yardage.
So Nowak picks up 10 yards and a first down for the St. John's Tigers. They go to the big fullback once again, and he goes for about a 6-yard gain. So they are going to the well with Nowak carrying the ball. He was stopped by number 20, Duke, of the St. Paul's Crusaders. And they're giving him a 6-yard gain, making it second down, 4 yards to go. Krantalovic. Once again, Nowak. This time he's stopped up very quickly by Robson of the St. Paul's Crusaders as he really bombed them going around the left side.
Well, certainly there's going to be a couple Blue Bomber coaches and assistant general managers proud because John Yock has done almost everything for St. Paul's on offense, and Scott Robson has been the key to the St. Paul's Crusaders defense. He's made a lot of big tackles. I've noticed here, Shelley, that the wind is picking up a little bit, and it seems to be favoring the St. John's Tigers, and our cameramen have noticed it for a little while, but St. John's got the wind at their back.
Here's Krantalovic on a quarterback keeper around the right side. And flags fly. It could be face masking or late hit on that particular play, but Krantalovic will definitely have a first down for the St. John's Tigers, providing the penalty infraction is against the St. Paul's Crusaders. Face masking charged against the St. Paul's Crusaders, so the St. John's Tigers move the ball once again. The ball is being placed, I believe, on the 7-yard line, Don.
Krakalovich using that same play, Shelley, the rollout to his right this time with the running back coming around behind with him, having the option to tuck the ball away as he did and run it himself or pitch it out to the running back following on the play.
So the ball is 1st and 10 on the 7-yard line. Hand off to Nowak. Nowak driving down to about the 3-yard line. Stopped by Robertson, the outside linebacker of the St. Paul's Crusaders. So the ball is inside the 5-yard line. They're placing it on the 4.
Well, I expect St. John's to come back with what's been working for him, and that is Darcy Krakalovich rolling out. He's got the option of pitching out or running, and that's what I think they should come back with here. 2nd down, 4 yards to go.
2nd down, 4 yards to go for a touchdown. Krakalovich takes the ball around the left side, goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they certainly agree with the philosophy. You give Krakalovich the option. He did a little bit of professional grandstanding there, running into the end zone untouched. He raised the ball above his head. Hope we can see it on the replay. It's just, that's what's been working for him. It got them the tie ball game, the conversion, and here he just rolls out to the left. He's got the option of passing, but the receivers had taken the defensive backs and linebackers with them, and there was all sorts of room for Krakalovich to run the ball into the end zone. The momentum certainly with St. John's right now.
So St. John's go ahead in the ball game, 24-18. Here's the point after attempt. It's down, it's up, and it's good. So the score, the St. John's Tigers 25, the St. Paul's Crusaders 18. And one play, Tom, maybe I can get your opinion on it. Of course, you being the coach of the Calvin Clippers, I've been very impressed with Krantolovich's selection of being able to take the ball and run with it going to his left. He seems to have spotted a weakness in the St. Paul's Crusaders defense.
Well, they're reading that play very well. He takes the ball, rolls out to his left or to his right. They've gone both ways with the ball. What he has to do is read the defensive end on the play. If the defensive end crashes in to make the tackle, he will pitch the ball out. If the defensive end has been blocked inside, he will tuck it away and run within himself. And he has run the play very well. They've scored the tying touchdown in the original ball game and a 2-point conversion, and they've just gone ahead here in overtime on exactly the same play.
Well, I'll tell you, we have one deucer of a ball game here at the Velodrome, and we really hope that you're enjoying watching this game on VPW. There's the kick. That's taken by number 38, Malone. Malone looking for some running room. Goes straight up the middle, cuts to the outside. And a beautiful defensive play by the St. John's Tigers. We'll try to pick up his number for you, or Malone could have gone a long way. Number 20 for the St. John's Tigers, making a big tackle, that being Glenn Chase for the St. John's Tigers, or the St. Paul's back could have gone a lot further. We have a couple injured ball players out there.
Yeah, we can't pick up the St. John's player. Mitch Bourbonnais was the injured St. Paul's player. He's walking off the field now. He made a great block, and that's what sprung Malone on that kickoff return, but he certainly suffered for it.
And we're just waiting to find out who the injured ball player is. It is the indications are that it could be number 47, Mr. Ryan.
And here we are.
Well, it looks like it's Tim Ryan, and that's going to be a big blow to the St. John's Tigers because he goes both ways.
Oh, the ball carrier is number 17 of the St. John's Tigers, that being Paul Middlettry. He's the injured ball player, and he comes out under his own steam. So it's 1st and 10, St. Paul's Crusaders. Yock, the ball carrier, he has himself about a 7 or 8 yard gain, making it 2nd and 2. Nice bit of ball handling by the quarterback Lynch of the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Well, Shelley, I've been told that there's 2.5 minutes left in the overtime here in the ball game. So St. Paul's has got 2.5 minutes. They've got good field position. If they can march down and score, well, we'd be facing another overtime period.
Bite your tongue. We could be here.
I don't know if St. Paul's is, again, going to be charged with rough play or anything like that. We won't be able to stand it up around a lot of hankies.
Once again, depending on the coaching staff of the St. Paul's club, down, 1 yard to go.
I don't think they will punt here, Shelley. It's 3rd down, about 2 minutes left to go. And I think they will gamble here. They have to get that tying touchdown, because if they don't get the tying touchdown, they're not going to be in it anymore.
3rd down, a long 1 yard to go. Hands off to Yock, the ball carrier, straight up the middle. He's got a 1st down. It's good if you got a back like that who you know will get you the yardage.
Well, certainly John Yock has been the bread and butter man. We saw there that he has 29 rushes for 183 yards. We just saw another 4 yards tacked on to his total. You know, if Roman Kostic wouldn't have got a hold of John Yock's sweater, I think he would have got a lot more yardage there. But Roman Kostic was able to grab Yock's sweater and hold him up for the secondary. Otherwise, Yock was going for a big gainer on that 3rd and 1 gamble.
So we have 1st and 10, the St. Paul's Crusaders. Malone, or Blake, rather, the ball carrier around the left side. He has himself about a 5 yard gain. Finally put out of bounds by the St. John's Tigers. The St. Paul's fans start to get a little heated there, thinking that it was a late hit, but the ball carrier of St. Paul's was still going, and while you're still going, you can still be hit.
Well, we're going to see it here in a replay. This is the same play that St. Paul's been using so effectively all game. Stu Blake around the right side of the offensive line, following the blocking of Turner and Neiman and Van Wellingham. That time it only went for 5 yards, but they've been using that play effectively all game.
So it's 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Shelley Astro, Don Marks, Tom Stewart up here in the broadcast booth with the fantastic VPW crew led by our producer-director John Prentice, bringing you this football final, and I don't think we could have gotten any better football game anywhere. There's a pitch to number 38, Malone, and he goes around the left side for hardly no gain. I think he will get back to the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 5. And here's the situation, Tom, they may have to kick.
I don't think, again, that they will kick. The 3-minute whistle just went on the field, and it's 3rd down. And I probably will guess that you will see Mr. Yock carrying the football somewhere up the middle again, because they tried him last time and got the 1st down. They need the 1st down bad, and he will be the man probably carrying the football.
Oh, they are kicking, Tom, so they're going for a field goal attempt from the 50-yard line. It's down, it's up. Is it long enough? No, it's not. Ryan takes this field goal punt, returning it to about the 17-yard line. So he took the missed field goal attempt back to the 17-yard line, where the St. John's Tigers will have 1st and 10 on the 17.
Well, there's a gamble that didn't pay off. You know, Russ Meyer is a very good field goal kicker, and he's got good range. But that time he was kicking into the wind. The wind has picked up here, and it was short. It's just a gamble that didn't pay off.
I would say that was a pretty good call by the coaching staff for St. Paul's, Don. Field goal, if they get it, they get the 3 points. They didn't get the field goal, but now they have St. John's deep in their own territory. If the defense can stop St. John's, pardon me, they will get the ball back in good field position. So it wasn't too bad of a call. If they get the 3 points, they got 3 points. But as it turned out, they've got St. John's deep in their own end again, and they might get the ball back with one more shot at it in good field position.
So it's 1st and 10, the St. John's Tigers. We have less than 2 minutes remaining in the overtime quarter here at the Velodrome. The ball carrier was number 33, Nowak, and flags once again fly in the St. John's Tigers backfield. And they're talking to the St. Paul's Crusaders captain, so the indications are the penalty could be against the St. John's Tigers.
Well, I don't know what effect this wind is going to have on the ball game. We're going to see here on the replay just the handoff to Frank Nowak, and he picked up about 3 yards. Some good defensive play by the St. Paul's Crusaders. But this wind picking up like it is, and it's favoring St. John's, and they get the advantage of the wind through the entire overtime period.
So the call was a legal procedure, which is a 5-yard penalty, making it 1st down over with 15 to go. Krantolovic takes the ball, tucks it under his left arm, goes for the sideline, tries to get back some of the yardage he lost. He fumbles, and the St. Paul's Crusaders have the football. We'll show that one again for you as Krantolovic fumbled, heading for the sidelines, and St. Paul's picked up the ball. You talk about breaks. Here's one now.
You see Krantolovic gets away from Scott Robson one of the few times in the ball game, but then he's taken out of bounds, and there the ball's fumbled. St. Paul's Johnny on the spot to recover, and this is a big break for the St. Paul's Crusaders, and that field goal attempt is looking better and better all the time.
So the St. Paul's Crusaders have 1st and 10. The ball on the 21-yard line as St. Paul's are on the move after that fumble recovery. Lynch at quarterback, pitches out to Yock. Yock looks down the left side. He goes for about 5 yards. Flags fly once again, and we'll have to see what this one is.
Well, it looked like there was going to be holding, the official spotting it from the sidelines. It looks like there will be holding on this play. Maybe we'll see it on the replay and see if we can pick up the holding here. Maybe we're not going to. Yeah, we're going to get that replay now. There you see Yock trying the right side of the St. John's defense. Can't get the holding there.
It'd be interesting to see here, gentlemen, if St. Paul scores a touchdown, if they will go for the tie or go for the win and not play another overtime period if they do score the touchdown.
Well, I think you go for your tie first. It's like going to a meal and asking for your dessert after you get the meal. You like to have the meal and then the dessert. And the penalty infraction, the last particular call was against the St. Paul's Crusaders for holding. So that was a 10-yard penalty charge against St. Paul. So it was 2nd down, or rather 1st down and 20 yards to go. But they picked up 5 yards on the last play. So now it is 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
I'd be interested to know, Tom Stewart, coach of the Kelvin Clippers, why is this play with Stu Blake not working now? It worked so well in the second half of the ballgame.
I think right now the linebackers for St. John's are staying at home a little bit more. Coach Kinley's probably told him to stay at home, make sure nobody gets outside, do your job the right way.
Hands off to number 38, Malone, and he's going into the end zone for the touchdown. Number 38, Malone of the St. Paul's Crusaders into the end zone.
Beautiful faking. Here we'll see on the replay. Beautiful faking by Lynch. He fakes the St. John's defense to the left side. Malone has all sorts of room, and he gets all the way into the end zone before he's finally pulled down there. But it was just beautiful faking by Lynch. Finally, tackle made by Brian Anderson, but it was just a little bit too little too late. And they're going to go for the tie, it looks like. Coach Dennis Meach isn't going to go for the win right now.
And it's a tie ball game as the point after was good. The St. John's Tigers 25, the St. Paul's Crusaders 25. And we have got one whale of a football game here at the Velodrome. And if you're as excited at home as we are here, you really must be excited.
Well, I guess fumbles are the story of this overtime period because both teams have fumbled once and both have led to touchdowns for the opposing team. Darcy Krakulovich fumbling on his own 21-yard line. St. Paul's goes in to score. John Yock fumbling down at about his own 45-yard line, and St. John's went in to score. So that's been the story of the ball game. St. John's are going to get the ball back. They've got a bit of a wind at their back. They can go in to score. The minute flag still isn't up. They've got a lot of time, and they can still pull this ball game out.
Well, I don't know if they have to pull the ball game out because, of course, they're both tied at 26 all. Whether they want to go into another period of overtime is debatable. I don't know how many overtimes they can play until they have to replay the game, but hopefully they can get this one finished today anyways. There's the kickoff, taken by number 27, Ryan. He tucks this one in, looks for some running room, heads straight up the middle to about the 35-yard line, and he will hold on to that ball like it was gold. He didn't want to drop anything.
Well, certainly nobody wants to make a mistake as fumbles have led to the 2 touchdowns here. It's going to be interesting to see what St. John's can do. Their place kicker is Roman Kostic, and he's a pretty good kicker. But all they really have to do is get the ball deep enough and let Bernie Majewski kick it through the end zone because all he needs is 1 point to win this ball game. And it's going to be interesting to see if they are going to be effective in moving the ball down the field close enough to get at least 1 point.
And the injured ball player is Frank Duke, and he's coming out of the ball game. The tackler on that particular play was linebacker Bagri of the St. Paul's Crusaders, stopping the St. John's kickoff man, Ryan, who returned that particular punt, or kickoff rather. So it's 1st and 10, St. John's Tigers. The ball is placed on the 40-yard line. Nowak, the ball carrier. He goes up the left side for about a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd and 8.
Both teams, Shelley and Don, going with the power back right now. Yock and Nowak. Nowak for St. John's, along the likeness of John Yock. Big, strong running back, giving him the ball, puts both hands over the ball, puts the head down, tries to pick up as many yards as he can.
And, of course, John Yock has a young brother who plays in this ball game, Jim Yock, and he made the tackle on that particular play, and Jim is only in grade 9 at St. Paul's. Here's a handoff to Cornell. Cornell looking for running room, turns this one inside, and he has himself a 1st down, and the St. John's Tigers are on the move. I think the St. Paul's Crusaders have a tiger by the tail, if you pardon the expression, because the St. John's Tigers are really moving that ball.
Well, there, Ken Cornell did a lot of that running on his own. And you'll see it on the replay, just going to the right side of the St. Paul's defense. And here, he should have been stopped right there, but he did a lot of the running on his own and certainly carried the ball gingerly. The minute flag has gone up now, so it's St. John's got to get close enough to try and kick for a single point.
There's Nowak straight up the middle. They'll give him about a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd down. And 80 was stopped by Newman, the nose guard of the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Well, it's certainly interesting that Coach Graham Kinley has decided to keep the ball on the ground. It looks like he's playing for a 2nd overtime because he's not going to the air. He's not trying anything fancy. He's just trying not to make a mistake, make some adjustments, and go into a 2nd overtime period here.
Tom, let me ask you a question. How does timeouts work in the overtime quarter? Do both teams have 1 timeout or 2 timeouts per quarters?
Both teams will have 1 timeout in the overtime, not 2. They'll just have the 1, and right now both teams have not used the timeout. And if this game stays tied in the overtime, as they switch over again, St. Paul's will get the ball back on the ensuing kickoff because St. John's won the toss in the 1st overtime period.
Thank you, Tom. That being Tom Stewart, the coach of the Kelvin Clippers, who has helped us out here today. There's a double reverse with Ryan. Ryan looking for some running room, and he does find some. He has himself about a 5-yard gain, or a 3-yard gain, rather, making it 3rd down and 5, as he was stopped by number 30, Jim Yock. So 3rd down and 4 yards to go. This is an interesting situation. Will the St. John's Tigers punt or go for it? I assume, Tom, they will punt.
I would think that they would punt the ball away and go into the next overtime quarter.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They are in punting formation. Here comes the punt. Nice punt into the corner as Yock lets it go all the way in to about the 2-yard line. That was very close to a single point, gentlemen.
If that ball would have stayed in bounds, it could have rolled into the end zone, could have made things very exciting.
And that was the gun to end the first overtime, Don.
Well, we're seeing a very exciting football game. Both of these teams are so evenly matched. I just have to wonder what the Daniel McIntyre Maroons and the Sisler Spartans are thinking right now, sitting at home and watching that. So we're just going to take a short break here, and we'll come back again in about 2 minutes. The score is St. Paul's 25, St. John's 25. We're going into the second overtime.
A retrospective exhibition of the works of Canadian artist William Kurelek is being held at the Ukrainian Cultural and Educational Center from Sunday, October 12th to Sunday, November 23rd. The exhibition will feature 50 paintings by the Manitoba raised artist. The University of Winnipeg is offering a program of non-credit courses beginning this fall that provide opportunities for women to explore issues which influence their personal and organizational effectiveness. The program will assist women in developing skills and self-confidence through an understanding of the environment in which people live and work. It will help women assess their own effectiveness and plan for their future. In this, its initial year, the program will consist of 7 courses including Women in Employment, Getting the Job You Want, Understanding and Exercising Power, the New Women's Network, Career Life Planning, Time Management, Your Rights and Responsibilities When You Live with Another Person, and Interpersonal Communication. This program is designed for all women, whether they work at home, at paying jobs, or in volunteer organizations. Programming for the Effective Woman series will be ongoing in order to accommodate the needs and interests that are of particular concern to women. Additional information on the Effective Woman program may be obtained by contacting Dr. Alan Johnson, Director of Continuing Education, the University of Winnipeg, 515 Portage Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3B 2E9. Telephone 786-7811, extension 468.
Okay, welcome back to the second overtime. Shelley Ostrov, Don Marks, Tom Stewart here at the Velodrome with the VPW crew, 25-25. And the St. John's Tigers will be kicking off to start the second overtime period to the St. Paul's Crusaders. And has there been any overtime, Tom, that went this long in finals? Are you
I'm not aware of any at all, but this has definitely been a great ball game. And it's going to be an even greater ball game in this overtime period.
Here's Malone returning this one, and Malone turns it to about the 40-yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders, as the St. John's Tigers were a little careless on coverage on that particular kickoff. So it'll be 1st and 10, the St. Paul's Crusaders. The ball is marked on the 39-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, St. Paul's.
Well, we see a very interesting decision by Coach Dennis Leach of the St. Paul's Crusaders. He's elected to go into the wind again to receive the kickoff. One team gets a choice of whether they want to receive, the other one gets the win.
There's Jacques the ball carrier. He goes straight up the middle, keeps driving. He'll be close to a first down. Flags fly. It could be face masking as the fullback John Yock of the St. Paul's Crusaders goes right up the left side.
We're going to see the face mask here. John Yock just going up the middle. Very powerful running, and there was the face mask. You can see we couldn't pick up the number of the sweater, but it's a big penalty, and it moves the ball another 15 yards downfield. St. Paul's gets immediate, instant, good field position.
So the ball is on the 42-yard line as a face masking infraction was charged against the St. John's Tigers. Yock has just gone over 200 yards rushing in this particular game, and that's a lot of running for the big fullback or halfback of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Yock once again carries the ball, turns it outside, inside, still driving, and he has himself about a 9-yard gain. So the St. Paul's Crusaders are on the move.
And they're just coming out just like they did to open the game and open the second half. They're giving the ball to John Yock, and they're just saying,
and
John, carry the ball.
And that thundering noise you hear is not thunder, it's the people's feet rather, who are stomping here at the Velodrome, and it sounded like cattle coming in here.
There's a shot of Graham Kinley. He's got to be concerned. St. Paul's is on the move. Just to start the second overtime period.
Yock once again, the ball carrier. This time he's stopped up very quickly by the St. John's Tigers defensive line as he was stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Number 27 of the St. Paul's Crusaders, Paul Mann, getting up a little slow on that particular play. Could be in the hip pointer area, or the hip pointer injury rather, but he seems to be shaking it off, so he's staying in the ball game. Second down, 8 yards to go. Shot at Dennis Meach, the coach of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Number 11, Blake, looking for some running room. He'll be thrown for a loss as the St. John's Tigers swarm in. Number 34 making the tackle, Dale Desrudders of the St. John's Tigers.
Well, here we'll see in a replay, as Tom Stewart's been saying, the linebackers and defensive backs are staying home now, and you see Dale DeRoche and Roman Costa come in there to make the stop on Stu Blake, and that play just isn't working because the defensive backs and linebackers are staying home now, and they smelled that play out pretty good. Puts St. Paul's into a third down situation. They'll have to punt the ball away.
3rd and 13, and the St. John's Tigers, after taking this punt, will be in their own end of the field. There's a beautiful punt into the end zone. Ryan takes it on the 1, goes to the 5, dances around to the 6, and he's pushed back to the 3. It'll be 1st and 10. St. John's Tigers. The ball will probably be placed on the 6-yard line.
Well, good coverage downfield by Chris Turner and Rich Robertson, and they contained Tim Ryan. And that was the key St. Paul's had to do. They're giving the ball up, but they wanted to make sure St. John's was in the shadow of their own goalpost, and they certainly are. Ryan had nowhere to go, and all he could do was eat the ball. He was down. Very good defensive play by Rich Robertson and Chris Turner.
So the ball is on the 6-yard line of the St. John's Tigers. We have a tied score here in the second overtime quarter at the Velodrome. 10-minute overtime quarters in overtime. Kantalovich still at quarterback, hands off to his big fullback Nowak, and he puts his head down and drives for about a 4-yard gain, making it 2nd and 6.
Well, you can see that St. John's has gotten a little bit away from Ken Cornell. He hasn't been as effective as he's been all season, so they're going to Frank Nowak now. He's a little bigger fullback, and he's a power back, and they're going to try that on the St. Paul's Crusaders defense.
So it's 2nd down, 4 yards to go. The ball on the 17-yard line. Trying to pick out the ball carrier on that particular play. I think it's Cornell as they unpile him. That it is Cornell, and he will be very close to a 1st down. Once again, the placement of the ball very important.
There's going to be a major one on the play.
Shot of the St. John's cheerleaders. The ball is on the 17. They're calling for a measurement. I think we have all the announcers of the Winnipeg Jets are up here now. Ernie Nairn from CBC is here. Color commentary of the Winnipeg Jets is also up here. So we've got some big celebrities coming up here in the broadcast industry to cover this game. Jets, of course, losing last night to the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-5, and they do have problems on defense, and they are short of a 1st down, and they are going to be kicking.
Maybe, Tom, you want to wave to Arvell. We're finally getting you on camera.
Hi, Mom.
So there's the snap. Handled very carelessly by the kicker, and it was almost blocked by his own men. Handled by Yock, the punt was, and here's Yock looking for some running room right into the hands of the St. John's Tigers. So the ball will be 1st and 10, St. John's. The ball is being placed on the 50-yard line.
Well, you know, the crowd has certainly gotten behind John Yock. We're sitting here just behind the St. Paul's Crusaders supporters, but every time John Yock touches the ball, it's like Guy Lafleur touching the puck in the Montreal Forum. Everybody just gets excited. That time, though, he spun around, looked up, and he was right in the arms of Tim Ryan, and he was dropped immediately, and not much of a punt return there.
So the ball is placed on the 47-yard line of the St. John's Tigers. Yock, the ball carrier, he drives right up the left side. Will be close to a 1st down.
One thing that St. Paul's is doing here, Shelley and Don, on the replay, straight handoff to the power man, Yock, up through the hole for about 5 yards. What they're really doing now is they're eating the clock up on St. John's. If they score a touchdown or get a field goal or whatever they get, a single point, they've eaten up most of this 10-minute overtime period and given St. John's little time to work with.
2nd down, 5 yards to go. Oh, a missed handoff by the quarterback. Finally picked up, I believe, by Malone or Blake. But we'll show that play once again for you, as there was a missed handoff by the back coming around, Don.
Okay, we're going to see it here on the replay. Just Lynch fake to York, and certainly brought Nelson Jones, our cameraman, along with him, and it was just mishandled.
On that play, Don, it was designed to go to Malone on the end around, and there was nobody on this side over here that would have made the tackle if that handoff had been perfect.
St. Paul's will be punting. There's the punt. And it's not a very good punt, taken by number 11 of the St. John's Tigers, that being Bill Prazik. And I believe that the St. Paul's Crusaders will be called for no yards, Don.
Yeah, it was a good catch by Bill Prazik. He's more used to throwing the ball. He's the backup quarterback for the St. John's Tigers. And the St. Paul's Crusaders were just in too deep. There was a short kick. You're seeing the effects of the wind now, because Russ Meyer has got a much better average than that. And that's going to give St. John's a lot better field position than they faced at any time in this overtime period. And I think now that they've got a chance to move down with the wind at their back and go for the single-point field goal or even a touchdown.
So the ball goes to the 40-yard line after that infraction against the St. Paul's Crusaders for insufficient yardage. So it'll be 1st and 10, St. John's Tigers. Francelovich taking the ball, looks down the left side, puts it out there for Ryan, and he couldn't hang on. And I'll tell you, cold weather has something to do on that particular catch, Don.
Well, I don't know if it was the cold weather or we'll see it on the replay. I don't know if it's the cold weather or Tim Ryan was looking upfield before he had the ball. There you can see him. Little bit of a lapse in concentration. He dropped the ball. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty good gain, at least enough for a first down.
He was looking for 6 points on that one all the way before he had the football.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. The ball still on the 40-yard line. Francelovich, the quarterback of the St. John's Tigers, putting this one in the air and trying once again. Little screen pass out to Cornell. Cornell looking for somebody, can't find anybody, as Rich Robertson was really quick in there for the St. Paul's Crusaders to throw the receiver for a loss. So it'll be 3rd down and about 18 yards to go. Kicking situation for the St. John's Tigers.
Just an excellent job by Rich Robertson, the outside linebacker for St. Paul's. He read the screen all the way, stayed at home, made the tackle on the receiver getting the football. Just an excellent job by a linebacker on the outside reading the screen.
I don't know if there's a football game following this particular game at the Velodrome, but they've probably been sitting there for time. A beautiful kick by St. John's, and it goes all the way down to the 25-yard line, and York had no opportunity to return that particular punt for the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Well, we've seen on the exchange of punts that St. John's is gradually gaining good field position. They started the overtime period on their own 5-yard line. After the next exchange of punts, they started around the 35, and now they've gotten a good kick from Bernie Majewski chasing St. Paul's all the way down to their own 25-yard line. If St. John's can keep it up, if they don't run out of time, they could still pull out this ball game.
Well, we have a 26-26 ball game. We're in the 2nd overtime period. That's probably why you've been watching football so long on VPW this particular Sunday morning. There's a little pass, and it was knocked down by the St. John's defensive player, number 50, Bob Kosner, who made a nice play for St. John's.
Well, here we're going to see it on the replay. Bob Corner is just there, and he just knocks the ball away. The pass was intended downfield for York, but Corner got his hand up and knocked the ball away. It was a good heads-up ball play by the guard of the St. John's Tigers, Bob Corner.
So it's 2nd down for the St. Paul's Crusaders after that first attempted pass went incomplete. Nice defensive play by Corner, as Don Marks indicated to you. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Here comes Mr. York once again, and he's stopped very quickly by the St. John's Tigers, and he fumbled. Apparently he fumbled, and the St. John's Tigers have the ball now. This is his 5th fumble.
Once again, Shelley, the ball was knocked up in the air after he got hit. You can see here he gets hit. The ball pops up. St. John comes up with the football, and they have 1st down right now at the 29-yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Well, it's going to be heartbreaking for the Crusaders. There we see an injured ball player down the field. They're not able to make out his number. This is going to be heartbreaking for the Crusaders. John York has played so sensational all ball game, but the St. John's Tigers had a strategy. They told it to us before the game started. The players said it. Coach Kinley said it. They're going to be gang tackling, and they're going to be trying to strip the ball, and the strategy's working because John York has fumbled the ball 5 times now. Sets St. John's up in excellent field position to pull out this game.
St. John's has taken advantage all ball game of the turnovers by the St. Paul's Crusaders, and again have capitalized on this turnover by John Yock.
And I believe the ball player injured is Robson, that being 22, and that's quite a big loss for the St. Paul's Crusaders, and it looks from here that it is an ankle injury as they are taking him off the field, and that young man has played a whale of a ball game.
Just taking a look over here at Paul Robson, certainly he's concerned as his son's been injured. We all hope it's not too serious as he comes off the field.
And as we said, it does look like an ankle injury, so this is what has transpired. The St. John's Tigers, after picking up that fumble, have 1st and 10, the ball on the 30-yard line. Nowak, the ball carrier, he gets stopped up very quickly by the St. Paul's Crusaders front four, and it'll be 2nd and about 9 yards to go. Don?
There we see a shot of Paul Robson now in the stands. Of course, he's fully behind his team, him along with Coach Ray Yock, and he's a little bit more concerned now that his son has been injured.
And a 3-minute whistle is gone in this overtime period, and St. John's has excellent field position to kick a single if they don't get a touchdown or a field goal.
So it's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Krantelovich on pitching it out to Cornell, and Cornell turns it in, and he'll be short of a 1st down, but he does have some valuable real estate, putting the St. John's Tigers even in a better position.
Well, we can see in a replay, this is kind of a dangerous play because Krantelovich is being grabbed as he pitches the ball out to Cornell, and the one thing you don't want to risk right now is a fumble because you're in the kind of field position that can win the ball game for you.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. If the field goal is wide, Don, or the point after is wide, would you assume the St. Paul's Crusaders would kick it out?
Well, they could try to run it out. I guess it depends on the defensive back that's back there.
That'd be an interesting call. If it's in there, do you give up a single point or do you kick it out?
No, you won't kick it out, Shelley. You don't want to turn the ball back over to St. John's again on kicking the ball out. They will definitely run the ball out of the end zone and get themselves out of there so they don't give up the single point, because we're inside 3 minutes and they can't afford to give St. John's a single point right now, so they will run the ball out of the end zone, definitely.
Do you think
if it was the last play of the ball game?
Do you think you'd go for the 3 points? I'm sorry, Don. Do you think they'll go for the 3 or they go for the 1?
I think right now, I think punting would be the better thing to do, and I think they would go for 1 point.
So they are going for the 1 point conversion, and this young man has had a whale of a day kicking. There's his kick, and it's into the end zone, taken by Yock. Yock trying to get out, got to the 1 to the 3 yard line. So Yock does get it out for the St. Paul's Crusaders. A daring play by Yock coming up, fielding that one in the air.
Well, St. John's didn't get the 1 point on that, Shelley, but they do have them pinned down deeper in their own territory now. So if the defense can come up big and hold them on 2 plays here and get the ball back, they could try it again within the last couple of minutes here.
Well, what I found interesting on that play is that I had thought that St. Paul's would perhaps drop back and set up the return to get the ball out of the end zone, but they came at Bernie Majewski with everything but the kitchen sink, and it worked because Majewski's been getting some good punts away. That time he didn't get he wasn't up to the average he's had so far in the game, and Yock was able to catch it on the fly and run it out of the end zone, but they didn't really send anybody back to set up the blocking. They were relying on John Yock. They went in to block the punter, put pressure on Majewski, and it worked.
If this game goes into the 3rd overtime quarter, would the players go in for a short rest, Tom, or what would happen? I mean, we're asking these kids to play. They're playing a lot of football these days.
That is up to the referees and the people that run the league, whether they would give the players a rest or flip the coin again and start all over again. We'll have to wait and see.
So the ball is being marked on the 2 yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Yock, the ball carrier, goes straight up the left side. And if we can get a shot of Mr. Yock, I think his sweater is torn practically right off his back as he gets up out of there. Number 36, Yock, as you can see, his shoulder pads are just, I don't know what's keeping him in there, Tom.
He's had both sides of his sweater ripped off. First half it was the right side, now he's got the other side ripped off, and it's almost time to give him a new number.
And he's carried the ball over 200 yards, and that's a lot of running in a high school football game. In fact, it's running a lot of running in any football game when you can go over 200 yards per game. Here's Yock once again. This time he goes up the left side, and he will be close to a 1st down once again, depending on the placement of the ball. They're going strictly with their bread and butter back. John Yock staying away from Paul Mann, which I'm a little bit surprised at. I thought that Paul has been carrying the ball quite well and effectively during the 2nd quarter when he did most of his work for the St. Paul's Crusaders, but as of late they've strictly gone with Mr. fullback John Yock of the St. Paul's Crusaders.
They're short of the first down yardstick, Shelley, by about 1.5 yards.
Well, you think you'd have to kick. You don't think they would take
No, they wouldn't
big
take it, but they're going to
here.
kick it away here, and it's going to be excellent field position for St. John's.
There's the snap, and here comes the kick, and it's blocked! St. John's! I don't know who got the touchdown. It's down to the 1 yard line. I don't know if they're signaling a touchdown or who has the ball. I don't think a touchdown was signaled, but on that block punt, I believe that St. John's...
Well, here we're going to see it on the replay.
Down.
St. John's is going to get the ball nonetheless, whether they recover it or not. The ball is blocked, and we aren't able to get through to see...
Number 67, John Kaminsky got in there and blocked that punt and jumped on it at the 1 yard line.
So it's 1st and 10, the St. John's Tigers, as John Kaminsky came up with a big block for the St. John's Tigers. So it's 1st and 10, St. John's, the ball on the 1 yard line. Now that was a play where you'd know it, the whole team was coming on that particular play, Tom.
Well, they would definitely send the kitchen sink at the punter on that one to block it, put the pressure on them, try and block it, get the touchdown, and they are just in excellent shape here. Probably within, I would say, 2 minutes of ending this overtime period.
Well, the ball is on the 1 yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Hand off to Nowak. He's in the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, I hope we can see that on the replay. Frank Nowak, the power back of the St. John's Tigers, just running the ball into the end zone. That block punt, I guess, is going to have to go down as a big play of the game. You'll see on the replay, Krakolovich gives to Nowak, and again, they're consistently trying the right side of the St. Paul's defense. They found something there, and they've been successful at it. Nowak was shaken up a little bit on the play. He's just slow getting to his feet. But St. John's has really got things in hand right now. St. Paul's is in a big hole. They're going to have to get a big return on the kickoff and try and move downfield to tie this game.
So the score is 31 St. John's, the St. Paul's Crusaders 25. We're waiting for the point after. St. John's playing a man short, finally getting him into position. Here's the point after attempt. It's down, it's up, and it's good. So the score is the St. John's Tigers 32, the St. Paul's Crusaders 25. And I know for a fact that we have less than 2 minutes remaining in the second overtime, Tom.
St. John's going to have to be very careful on this kickoff here. They're going to have to make sure that everybody does their job. Their kickoff people are going to have to run down the field in their lanes. If they get knocked down, they're going to have to get back up quickly again. Get in on the tackle as quick as they can. They can't allow St. Paul's good field position. They've got to hem them in their own end again, stop them with the defense, get the ball back, and run the clock out and win this City High School championship.
Well, I'll tell you, this game has gone over 2 hours already, and we've really enjoyed bringing it to you. We hope that you will continue to watch all the sports on VPW as we bring them to you. There'll be a few this winter with the Warriors and with different hockey. Both fellas undeciding as to who's going to take the ball. Finally, Malone picks the ball up, number 38, and Malone turns it on. Here goes Malone to the outside. Sounded like a horse race there for a minute, but Malone went to the outside. The ball will be marked on the 45-yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Well, and here's the replay,
We're going to see this on the replay, as so often happens when there's fumbles back on kickoff returns. It upsets the defense, and you usually get a good return out of it nonetheless. Malone makes a good run until he's finally tracked down way across the field by Brian Anderson. He had a lot of real estate ahead of him if he would have gotten free, but Anderson made a good play coming around and stopping Malone.
Okay, 1st and 10, the St. Paul's Crusaders have to get back in the ball game. Shotgun formation. Leach back to pass, puts it out, and that was intended for his big Ann Newman, who couldn't come down with that one. So it's 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Well, we're going to have an illegal procedure call also against St. Paul's. This is the first time they've used a shotgun formation, and perhaps there was a little bit of confusion there. I'm sure St. John's are going to decline the penalty. There we can see Cass Vidrick, who's the consultant to the Winnipeg High School Football League. And he, of course, coordinates the High School Football League, and he'll be around for the trophy presentation. Personally, I wish there was 2 trophies to be given out at the end of this game, because we've seen 2 very courageous football teams, very excellent football game.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Legal procedure charged against the St. Paul's Crusaders. Lynch straight back to pass, puts this one up. Could be picked off. It is. This one was picked off by the St. John's Tigers. But once again, we have a flag on the play.
Well, Ryan made the interception, but it looks like there's going to be some pass interference downfield. We'll see if we can pick it up here on the replay. Again, there's some excellent pressure being applied, and Lynch gets hit just as he releases the ball. Ryan intercepts, but I think there might be some pass interference. We'll have to see.
The call is against the St. Paul's Crusaders, so St. John's do have a first down. The ball is being marked on the 48-yard line of the St. John's Tigers as Ryan comes up with the interception.
And the minute flag is about ready to go up here to end this second overtime period. Lynch really pressured on that pass play, unloaded, intercepted by Ryan. St. John's has the ball, and they're going to run the clock out here and try and win this game.
And we still have more than a minute remaining in this second overtime period. Straight up the middle goes Ryan. And that particular play I'd like to show you again because I think the whole right side of the St. John's Tiger team was offside. So if we can run that play for you again, I think there was a little bit of movement on the right side. See, I think it was a little bit premature, Don. Was I right in my assumption there?
Well, it's hard to tell from that camera angle. There we can see the trophy that these two teams have been playing for over 2 hours for. It's the trophy emblematic of high school football supremacy. And it'll be awarded to the winning captain and coach after this football game by Coach Ray Yock of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. If he has been able to stay here, I don't know if he has to leave for Vancouver pretty soon.
So it's second down and 8 yards to go. It looks like Ray is getting down there to make the presentation, so I guess he assumes that the St. Paul's Crusaders won't be able to come back and win this ballgame. But funnier things have happened in high school football, so don't go away. You never can tell what does happen. The situation is this. The score is 32, the St. John's Tigers over the St. Paul's Crusaders 25. And we have less than over a minute, rather, remaining in the ball game. A flag goes once again, and we'll have to wait for the official.
Well, it looks like it's going to be face masking against the St. Paul's Crusaders, and that's a really big break for St. John's because this is going to allow them another 3 plays to run out the clock. We just wanted to inform you that we just had a shot of Ray Yock leaving the Winnipeg Velodrome. He won't be able to make the presentation of the trophy to the high school football champions because he had expected to make the presentation, but with 2 periods of overtime, this game has gone on for over 2 hours, well over 2 hours, so he won't be able to make that presentation. Cass Vidrick will, though.
So first and 10 for the St. John's Tigers. Number 27, Tim Ryan, the ball carrier. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Mr. Ryan, and we'll show that one for you. A very innocent play, and it turned out to be a touchdown for the St. John's Tigers.
Yeah, I hope we can get that on the replay. That was just a matter of trying to run out the clock, but the offensive line of the St. John's Tigers does an excellent job. Mike Dragicevic. Here, we're going to see it on the replay. Just trying to go up the middle. They give to Ryan. And Ryan does a lot of it on his own, gets right into the linebackers through the secondary, and it was almost like he hadn't been touched. It was just good hole opened up by Kaminsky and Dragicevic, and that pretty well wraps up the ball game for the St. John's Tigers.
So the score is now 38-25, St. John's over the St. Paul's Crusaders. The minute flag is now up. Point after attempt is good. So the score, the St. John's Tigers 39, the St. Paul's Crusaders 25.
You know, Shelley, when you look at the score, you'd think with the final score, 39-25, you wouldn't know that it was such a close game. You also wouldn't know that St. Paul's has dominated offensively. They've had more yards rushing. Neither team has really gone to the passing attack, but they've had a lot more total offense than the St. John's Tigers, but they're on the short end of the scoreboard. Just want to remind everybody to hang around after the game. We'll be talking with the winning coaches, and we'll be covering the presentation of the high school football championship trophy, so I hope you'll hang around after the game.
And here's the kickoff by the St. John's Tigers. We hope you've enjoyed watching this football game on VPW Channel 13. And as we said, we've enjoyed bringing you first and 10 all during the season. There's the kickoff. Taken by number 38, Malone. And he returns this one. Malone looking for some running room, looking to the outside. An excellent return by Malone as he takes the ball back to the 50-yard line. So it'll be first and 10, St. Paul's on the 50-yard line.
Okay, we're going to see it on the replay, and it's almost identical to the last kickoff. had a little bit of a mix-up back there getting the ball. Malone just takes off. He tries, again, the far side of the field. Brian Anderson's there to run him down and put the stop on him. Almost looked like there was a bit of a face masking there. But the same as the last kickoff. It was almost an identical replay.
So the St. Paul's Crusaders have to put this one in the air if they want to get back into this ball game. There's a pitch out to Yock. Yock turns it inside. He has himself a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 to St. Paul's Crusaders as workhorse John Yock. And he's been exactly that all day today. We don't know how many times he's carried the ball, but I guarantee you he's carried the ball over 225 yards. And we just found out that he carried the ball 38 times for 246 yards. Now that is a lot of real estate.
Well, it certainly is, and it's kind of heartbreaking. He's played so well, but St. John's had the right strategy, which was to gang tackle, try to get him to cough up the football, and that's been the case because John Yock has fumbled the football 5 times. I'm sure he feels badly about that, but he's played an excellent game nonetheless. He's done a lot of the running on his own. He's got some good blocking, and he's certainly taken advantage of it. It's just it's too bad there couldn't be 2 winners here today.
And that's Mr. Chartrand goes out of the ball game after picking up a little bit of an ankle injury for the St. John's Tigers. Nothing serious. Even if a little injury did come up right now, the adrenaline is flowing so fast and furious that injuries are not even felt by at least the St. John's Tigers.
And this is the last play of the game, Shelley.
Last play of the game. Lynch pitches it out to Yock. Yock looking for some running room, turning this one in. Yock still running. Pure dedication by that young man of the St. Paul's Crusaders. And there goes the gun, the whistle, everything is over. The St. John's Tigers defeat the St. Paul's Crusaders 39-25, and we'll be right back with our post-game show right after this.
And congratulations to the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Parliament is in session, and Videon Cable TV, by arrangement with CBC, will bring you the proceedings live from Ottawa. Tune in to Channel 7 for live coverage of House of Commons proceedings at the following times. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, the afternoon sitting of the House of Commons is covered between 12:45 and 5 p.m. and question period repeated at 5 p.m. The evening sitting is covered between 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. On Wednesday, the afternoon sitting is between 12:45 and 5 p.m. and question period repeated at 5 p.m. On Friday, there is a morning sitting which starts at 9:45 a.m., goes through to 12 noon, and the afternoon sitting between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. and at 4 p.m. the question period is repeated. Watch the proceedings of the House of Commons live from Ottawa on Channel 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Winnipeg High School Football League, it's my real privilege to present this championship trophy to the captains of the St. John's team. But before I do that, I just want to say this has to be one of the most exciting and best played football finals that we've ever had. Certainly the first one that's got overtime. And I think both teams are a real credit to our league. And now I'd like to present this trophy to the captain of the St. John's team.
Okay, welcome back to our post-game show. Shelley Ostrov here at the Velodrome. We're trying to get some of the players over here. We have Mr. Ryan of the St. John's Tigers. Great ball game. What basically turned the ball game around? There was a time where the momentum moved from one club to the other. Then St. John seems to just take it over in the second overtime quarter.
I don't know what the turning point was, but Mike Dragojevic, when he blocked that punt, is just beautiful.
On your touchdown run in the second overtime quarter, what type of play was called?
Straight up the middle, because Robson was out of the game then. We knew we had to run right up the middle.
Did you have a problem with Robson all day?
He was hard to beat. He's big and he's really hard to beat. So as soon as he was out, we took advantage of it.
What type of game plan basically was set prior to the game?
We were going to run outside right off the bat, set up our inside game.
And you didn't carry the ball as much as we've seen you the past year. They went a lot with Nowak in the third and fourth quarter and didn't call your number too often.
No, but those guys carried it right through and won the game for us.
Great. Well, congratulations once again, and take it back to St. John's. Okay, we're going to try to get some other ball players as we go along here at the Velodrome. Don, can we get you here? We're looking for Mr. Don Marks, if we can get him here. Don! Can you come down here for a second? We're going to get Don. We'll talk to him about the game as we try to get the coach of the St. John's Tigers. As you can see here at the Velodrome, the midget final is starting to come on, and here we have the coach of the St. John's Tigers. Congratulations, Coach. Just a Super Bowl game.
Thanks very much.
I noticed that I was just talking to Tim Ryan, and he mentioned that you decided prior to the game that you're going to run outside. Then that seemed to not be held up. Then you went back inside with Nowak. Was that basically a change of philosophy, what you were going to do?
Well, no, we tried to take what they gave us. We went inside and outside on a regular basis, whether it wasn't really in our game plan to accent one or the other. We just had to take what they gave us. And I think we did a heck of a job doing it. We had to make a couple of personnel changes later on. A lot of the guys were really tired. We put Frank in at fullback, and he did a hell of a job for us.
The overtime session in high school football, it was probably the most exciting game that I've ever seen in high school football. You go 2 quarters of overtime. If it would have had to have gone 3 quarters of overtime, would you have gone in for a rest, or what would have happened?
I'm not quite sure. That's the first overtime game that we've ever played in.
Well, just a great game, Coach, and thanks very much for sticking around.
By the way, that one was for Maisie and Harold.
Terrific. That's great. Okay, so the score here was the St. John's Tigers, and we're so excited here. I didn't even get the final score. We're going to look across there, and Don, I know you can tell us the final score.
Okay, well, it ended up 39-25, and it's really a shame that there had to be a winner. We saw the St. John's Tigers walk off victorious, carrying the trophy, but the St. Paul's Crusaders deserve a lot of credit. They came out and played a whale of a ball game. As I say, it's just too bad that there couldn't have been 2 winners, but certainly an enjoyable high school football final. I hope everybody's enjoyed it here in VPW 13. I hope we're back next year covering high school football too.
Okay, so that's it here from the Velodrome. Shelley Ostrov and Tom Marks. We hope you've enjoyed watching First and 10 on VPW. And as we said prior to the game and during the game, we'll be bringing a lot of different events for you on VPW. And if you enjoy some of the events on VPW, pick up the phone, call the television station, let them know, say, hey, we enjoy those football games being shown on your television station, radio station, what have you, and we'll get out there and cover them for you. Thanks very much from the Velodrome. Shelley Ostrov and Tom Marks. Good night.
Cartoons are an excellent technique for demonstrating environmental concerns. So the Manitoba Environment Council will make them available for use by industry or other interested parties. A total of 185 cartoons from among 1,200 entered in the Council's recent cartoon contests have been selected. They promote the environmental ethic and demonstrate that Manitobans can dramatically express problems and issues pertaining to their environment. The cartoons are suitable for various disposable packaging and for printed advertising. Industries could enhance their record in the marketplace by using these cartoons. As a stimulus, the Council offers the use of its cartoons free of charge. Persons or organizations interested in cartoons should contact the Council at Box 139, 139 Tuxedo Avenue, Winnipeg. For more information, phone 489-4511.
More than 21,000 fans enjoyed MTW's season of family entertainment. Act now and become part of our growing audience of satisfied theatergoers. Presenting November 8th and 9th, Fred Penner and Sundance present Keys. Backed by popular demand, Winnipeg's favorite troubadour once again combines talents with a vibrant Sundance company in a panorama of splendid entertainment. Open the door to this imaginative blend of dance, storytelling, fable, song, and music. Fred Penner. Catch him as he rises. That's November 8th and 9th. All performances, with the exception of a young children's concert with Raffi, will be held at the Kiwanis Center of the Deaf, 285 Pembina Highway, Winnipeg.
In Winnipeg, this is VPW Channel 13, west of the Red River.
Sisler Spartans against the Kelvin Clippers. First and 10, Sisler has a straight back to pass, puts this one up. It's completed by number 72, Herekasi, and he's very close to a first down. I believe he's got a first down. So once again, the yardsticks do move.
Yeah, it looks like a first down out there, Shell. I'll tell you, Tom Herekasi, I think he's one of the biggest guys and most athletic guys I've seen playing football. You know, like we got big guys like Steven Rupko and Paul Burlak. Sure, they're big, but they might not have the speed. But Tom Herekasi's out there. He's weighing in at Tom Rex is weighing in at 218, and he's doing a super job carrying the ball and also on the line there at tight end.
So it's first and 10, Sisler Spartans on the move. 2 consecutive first downs in this drive. There's a pitch, this time to number 22, Kyluk, and he turns it inside, could go all the way, the 15, the 5, the 10, he's in there for the touchdown. We reversed this thing because he was going so fast, he didn't know whether he was going from the 10 to the 5, but he's in for the touchdown.
So that was Brad Gregory. That was Brad Gregory, and he's doing a super job for the Spartans out there this year.
So, Herekasi.
Okay, we're going to see a part of this replay here.
Tom Herekasi making a big block for the Sisler Spartans.
There we go. Brad's just running his guts out.
And he's in for the touchdown.
Is there a bat?
And the single is good, so the score is now the Sisler Spartans 14, the Kelvin Clippers no score.
You know what?
One thing that I want to tell you, Jeff, or mention to you, is Herekasi made a super block on that long touchdown run.
You know what?
He made his move, he took out the linebacker, the whole center of the field was open.
That's right. This is Tom's third year. He's real big, and he knows football. I mean, I can't say enough about the guy.
Is he related to Dave Herekasi, who plays hockey?
Yeah, that's his cousin.
See, familiar with Dave Herekasi, who played his junior hockey with the West Kelowna North Stars in the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, and of course then later on he went to the NHL playing with an NHL club.
I was going to mention Daryl Bath. I was talking to him at the beginning of the season. He says his what do you want to call it? His alternative, his final goal is to kick the ball right out of the velodrome from the 35-yard line.
There's a long kick. This one was taken by, I believe, number 29, Needham. And Needham, a nice bit of running by Needham, the running back of the Calvin Clippers, and he takes this one out to about